So today I want to talk a little bit about the power of saying yes to yourself, why saying yes to yourself matters, how it can transform your life, and also I want to give you some real life practical examples and practical steps to being able to say yes to yourself if it's something that you've struggled with in the past. Also, the purpose of today's video is to share with you some of my highlights from 2024 because I think it's important to reflect on the ways in which I have said yes to myself and what were the outcomes. And also just because I think it's really helpful for me to document some of the memories and the successes that I've had, especially because, to be honest, 2024 was a year for me of saying yes to things that I never believed were possible, saying yes in seasons when maybe others would have thought it were awkward, saying yes during times when I could have chosen to prioritize other people's desires over mine. But it really was a year of me practicing prioritizing myself, my peace, my joy, and my rest. And when I look back over 2024, to be honest, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of who I am becoming, and I'm proud of the results that I've gained. And I would like to see that for you as well. So before we get into that, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Nicole LaShawn, and I am a former overworked nurse. Here on this channel, I am helping Black women to create the life that they want to live rather than the one that has been assigned to them. I share things related to health, wellness, travel, nutrition, and I truly believe that health is wealth and that we as Black women deserve to create a life that centers us and that centers our joy, our peace, our rest, and our health. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please go ahead and like this video. Share it with someone who you think might benefit. Please leave a comment below. That would really help with the algorithm. But let's get into today's video. I am going to read from some of my notes because I did want to look over my calendar to share with you all some successes. And I think if you're able, go ahead and pull up your calendar. Let's do this together. Take the time to go through and review some of the successes that you had in 2024, because sometimes I think sometimes we get so busy with life and we're moving at such a fast pace. And my dog is my dog is coming to say hi. We are moving at such a fast pace that sometimes we don't take the time to reflect. You need some love. You need some love. You need some love, from 2024. Sometimes our life is moving so fast that we don't take the time to reflect on the things that we've done, our growth, and where we'd like to go, where we saw that we were happy, where we felt like we were being the best version of ourselves, and where we see that there's opportunities for us to maybe move in a different direction. Because I believe that that's one thing about, capitalism and about our society, especially here in the United States, is that it keeps us moving so quickly at a pace that's so fast that oftentimes we don't even get an opportunity to reflect on what things bring us joy, what things bring us peace, and what ways we might want to change in order to strategically change the trajectory of where we'd like to go. So yes, what does it look like? What does it mean to say yes to yourself? I personally believe that defining what saying yes to yourself is important. It's important for you to define that for yourself. What does that look like? I mean, take a few minutes to imagine what it would look like if you said yes to yourself. Write down a few thoughts of what are things that you desire, but for some reason you've been given a no. Either you've given it to yourself or you've been given a no to someone else. And write down what it would look like if you said yes, or if that was a yes for you. Allow yourself the opportunity to imagine or to dream what that would look like or what that would feel like. Because after you take the time to imagine that, write down one step in one direction to get there, one step closer. What is one thing that you could do to get you closer to that yes? Because when we look at our lives, to be honest, things don't happen overnight. It's really one step after another, one foot in front of the other. And then gradually we move into the direction that we see ourselves. And so, yeah, I think for us, especially for us as women, prioritizing our self-care, prioritizing our joy, prioritizing our rest are essential for us in order for us to experience the power, the transformational power of yes. And I think it's really important for us to recognize that self-care is actually a radical act of love to ourselves. And we must know that if others are going to radically love us, we have to radically love ourselves. That means prioritizing the things that we love, the things that we desire, the things that bring us joy, the things that bring us peace, the things that remind us of who we are, the things that are going to take us to where we desire to go. Because there's a good chance that we're not just going to wake up and magically become a new person, but rather when we look back over our lives and we see who we are today, it's generally a gradual process, right? It's been a gradual process. And so I want to share with you some of the highlights of my 2024, because honestly, they are evidence in my life. My dog, he is just evidence in my life of the reality of saying yes and what that has brought to me. So 2024, I actually took the time, and some of you who have watched some of my previous videos, you know that I like to use this happy planner. I'll show you this happy planner, which is available on Amazon. But the reason why I like this happy planner is because I like to journal, but I'm not someone who can consistently journal every single day. But the thing that I like about the happy planner is it has a tab for every month of the year. And even though I have seasons where I'm journaling more consistently and seasons when I'm not, in the very least, I like to try to at least write a note to myself once a month to kind of give myself encouragement or thoughts for what I feel for that month, or maybe also a wrap up of the previous month. And so and it helps me to kind of get a sense for how I was feeling in a certain season. And over time, I can see my actual growth, right? I get to see my thoughts. And if you're a journaler, you know what I mean. But this happy planner is really nice because you can just do a 1 month summary. You don't have to journal every single day, but even if you just look back on just once a month, you're gonna see evidence of growth and of change and of maybe desires that you had that you wrote down that at the time you didn't think you were gonna be able to go and or do or fulfill or see being manifested. And then a few months later, you see that thing being manifested. And it's really just evidence of the transformation of saying yes. That's what I've seen. So I want to share with you that in 2024, I started my year with a solo trip to the Dominican Republic. And upon my return, I decided that I was just desiring to learn Spanish. I thought, what a great opportunity, or what if I could learn Spanish? And rather than telling myself no, which was my default, I decided yes. I told myself yes, I can learn Spanish. And so I decided to go ahead and start my Spanish learning journey. And I started with Duolingo and etc. in January. Wasn't too serious. But also in January, because life has its ups and downs, in January I did lose my older brother. He's just a couple of years older than me. And one thing that I'll say that I learned from my brother about his life is that my brother was really nomadic. And one thing about my brother is that he lived his life for him. He did what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. And he definitely centered his joy above all. And that to me was one key thing. Even in my loss with him and in my grief, one thing I can say is that I know that he lived the life that he wanted to live. 100%. And with that being said, it does lighten the load of my heart concerning him, because I know that he did exactly what he wanted to do. And so, yes, in February, I had a trip planned after his funeral to go to South Africa, Cape Town, to meet up with the ladies of Exodus Summit. And I had to make a decision as to whether I would go ahead and do that or whether I would cancel that because of how close it was to the funeral. And I made what I would consider a radical decision, and I decided to go ahead and go to Cape Town, South Africa, not cancel my trip. And in hindsight, I'm so grateful that I did. That was one of the most beautiful healing ways for me to grieve the loss of my brother, being surrounded with community, being surrounded with joy, being in the sun, just really having a good time with the ladies, like-minded ladies, and really gave me the opportunity to reflect on his life in a way that I would not have ever considered probably previously. And so, yeah, that was a beautiful way to grieve. In March, upon my return from Cape Town, I started Spanish classes. 6 meses más o menos ahora. Y hoy yo tengo una lección con una maestra de Haití. Entonces, no es mi primera, solamente yo tengo, he estado una lección en el pasado, pero no, no es muy bueno para mí. Entonces, estoy tratando hoy. Pero es un proceso, ¿verdad? Se suele decir que Roma no se construyó en un día. Entonces, sí, it's a process. Learning a language is a process. And initially, of course, I was like, yeah, I want to be fluent in 3 months. Pero no es posible. No es posible. Es un proceso, ¿sí? It's not possible for me. And I decided that I don't need to rush, like everything doesn't have to be done in a rush. And so, yes, I'm learning Spanish. It's a process. I'm taking my time. But most importantly, I'm enjoying the journey. I'm meeting people. I'm enjoying the journey. So what more could someone ask for? In April, oh my gosh, April 2024, that was a birthday trip that I gave myself to Italy. And I remember I was looking here in my journal and I was looking back when I wanted to go to Italy, and I didn't even really honestly think it was possible. I had told myself no, but I wrote it down anyways because it was a dream. I had read the book From Scratch by Timby Locke, and about her going to Italy and falling in love with a chef, and that's just what I wanted for my birthday. And so, yes, I took a trip. I went to Venice. I ended up in Milan, and I had one of the most beautiful journeys that I have been on thus far in my life. And I'm so grateful that I didn't count myself out, but that I told myself yes, you can do it. Yes, you can go there. And once I said yes to myself, I was just heading myself in the direction of creating that and making that happen. And I know that you can do it too, so allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to expect the unexpected, expect doors to open where you don't necessarily expect them to open. Because that's what this year has been for me. So May, I started dreaming and thinking and wanting and desiring a sabbatical. Of course, I'm in a community with Stephanie Perry and the women of Exodus Summit. And one thing that we do is we support Black women taking sabbaticals. And in addition to that, one of the things that I'm really proud of is I have been a contributor to the Vicarian Fund, where we contribute to women taking a sabbatical. And we have given thousands of dollars for 2 Black women to take a sabbatical. We are paying Black women to take a break and to take off time from work. And I am proud to say that I have been a part of that I have been contributing. I have been sowing seeds where I want to see growth in my own life. And we gave a sabbatical to Maisha Francis and then also to Alecia Reneece. Hi, Alecia. Hi, Maisha. I love these women. I love their stories. I love to see what taking a sabbatical is doing to transform their lives. And of course, the lives of women like Stephanie Perry, Rashida Dow, and Alecia Aborshade. They're all women who have taken a sabbatical, and it has transformed their lives. And I see that for myself as well. And I'm telling myself, yes. I refuse to tell myself no. So if you watch some of my previous videos, you know that I took a sabbatical this year for the first time. So yes, in May, I decided I wanted to take a sabbatical. I said, girl, yes, it's possible. And yes, I did. So June, July, and August was my first sabbatical. And yes, I'm saying my first because I intend to take another one or 2 or 3. But yeah, I took a sabbatical, took the summer off. And although initially I had wanted to travel during that time, I actually used that time to stay here to rest. I had traveled quite a bit for the year, so I was like, you know what, I want to just rest. And I used that time to immerse myself in Spanish, take on some additional Spanish language learning, and just really relax and enjoy my peace and rest. And I'm so grateful that I did, because it was really an opportunity for me to explore what I enjoy and incorporate some of those things in my life, in my daily life. I like to salsa dance. I like to do karaoke. I like, of course, learning Spanish, meeting people. It's just been a beautiful opportunity. So if you have not yet had an opportunity to take a sabbatical and you've told yourself no, let me tell you, tell yourself yes, and allow yourself to begin to think of ways to make that happen, because it's possible. It's possible. So yeah, rounding up the summer, getting into the fall. Of course, October was Exodus Summit season. I went to that. November, got to spend some time with one of my best and favorite cousins. She's like a sister to me. We did some things together, and it's just been a beautiful year, a year of yes, and a year of the manifestation of many yeses, the transformation of my life, seeing myself in ways that I haven't seen myself. And I believe that it's possible for you as well. And, you know, as we're closing up this video, I think that one of the things that's good is to take some time to reflect on and write down, if you're able, 3 things that you'll prioritize for yourself in the year of 2025. You know, as you look at 2024 and as you look at some of the things that brought you the most joy and the most peace, what things do you want to see incorporated in 2025? Because I don't know about you, but I want more of that. I want more of that joy. I want more of that peace in my life. So definitely travel is going to be a part of that. Allowing myself to grieve in new and open ways. I participated this year in Dia de los Muertos con la clase de español y mis compañeros en mi clase. So yeah, it's if you're not familiar with Dia de los Muertos, I'll link a documentary below about that, but it really opened my eyes to different ways that people grieve and really gave me an opportunity to grieve in a new way, which I found to be healing and beautiful for me, even with my brother. And so yeah, I mean, just a year of yes, allowing myself to be open to experiencing new things in new ways has been just a wonderful opportunity. So just to recap, I just want to say that saying yes to yourself is not selfish. It's actually necessary. It's something that can make you whole. It can begin to heal you from the inside out. And I would encourage you to say yes to yourself. So this week I challenge you to prioritize your joy, your peace, your rest, and look over 2024 and look at where you've grown, and share with me in the comments some of the things that you are grateful for, some of the ways that saying yes has transformed your life. And let me know also what type of content that you would like to see from me going forward. This YouTube channel is something too that I'm grateful that I've had an opportunity to experience, and I'm grateful that we're just a small group here. So thank you for those of you who have been watching my videos, those of you who have been commenting and that have been on this journey, and I am growing, I am learning, and I'm open to the things that you'd like to see from me. So let me know. But this year, 2025, I definitely have some wonderful plans. I'm going to Vietnam. I would like to take you all with me, and also to Latin America. Would love to share that with you as well, because again, I believe that for us, healing, travel is a really integral part of our healing. And so if this video resonated with you, please share it with someone that you knew. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Till next time, bye.